Do you want to know how to build a well and how much does it cost? Because I didn't know, but now I do. And here's what I found out. Let's start by saying that a well isn't exactly the most permaculture friendly solution, at least not in the long term, because we're tapping into underground water reserve, which are limited and often overused. But we're planning to rely on this water only for the first couple of years while we are setting everything up. The goal is to eventually become fully self-sufficient, managing rainwater and helping to restore the local water cycle by planting and regenerating the soil. But anyway, let's go back to the well. The first step is to dig a big pool-like hole. You start by digging a swallow hole, kind of like a pool, about 3 meters deep. Then you line it with the plastic sheets. This helps keep the water from collapsing and hold the water in place. I know, it sounds weird. Trust the process, I will explain. Step 2, you need water to find water. Weird but true. So we connected some pipes from a nearby neighbor, huge thanks to them, to have water flowing during this digging process. But even before that, you need to make sure you're digging in the right place. That's why the geologist and the surveyor comes in. And surprise, we weren't digging in the right place. We dug the first hole in the wrong spot because we trusted some people, and that's our mistake. So we have to cover it up, the pool hole, move the plastic sheet, and start over. Painful but necessary, and it costs around €200. Step 3 is to dig to find water. Next to the shallow hole, the workers started digging a much deeper vertical tunnel. In our case, was over 80 meters down. They were using water to soften the soil and help reach the underground reserves. While they were pumping and researching for water, that's when the shallow hole and plastic cover came into play. They help manage the water flow. The interesting part, the soil always looked like sand, a sign that the area has been completely exhausted by monoculture farming. No nutrients, no structure, nothing. And that's exactly what we want to heal with permaculture. Our geologist told us that there were actually 2 layers of underground water, and the shallow one might be drying during the summer. So he recommended to digging down to the second one. And yes, we found water at 85 meters underground. And that's when we start realizing the real cost of this operation. So let's talk about cost. Initial digging plus filling the first hole is about €300. The plastic sheet for the lining is 150. The well digging is €65 per meter. So we found water at 85 meters, which is about 5,500. Installing tubes, and for that we have to wait for the permit, but we have an approximate cost of €3,000. And then we have the gravel to fill the hole around the well, which is about €300. And so far we have spent more than €9,000 and we still don't have the pump. The pump price might vary, depends on the type. There is the manual, which is sustainable by tiring, the electric one, which is cleaner, but we still need to connect electricity, which is another expense, and the gas one, which is not